Hello and welcome once again to Bread of Life, a daily devotional program which each week features a different area pastor. Our speaker for this week is Pastor Hopeton Scott of Bridgeport.
Dear friend, this is Pastor Scott, First Baptist Church of Bridgeport. Another word about giving thanks. Grace and peace to you. The psalmist has these words: "It is good to give thanks to the Lord, and to sing praises to your name, O Most High, to declare your loving kindness in the morning, and your faithfulness every night." Psalm 93. Recently, an old friend came to visit me in my office, and as I inquired about his situation, he gave a general statement about his situation and the confusing and conflicting world in which we all live. Without intending to embarrass or to criticize him, I stated that we should give thanks, that things could be worse. He was accustomed to say to me when he visited, "Give thanks." After my response, he immediately recognized that failure on his part and apologized for that lapse. I'm not sure how many of us make it a habit to say give thanks when we are asked about our health, our condition, our situation. It seems quite easy and seemingly natural to have a litany of what is wrong with us, what is wrong with our families or our country or the world. For many of us, to say thanks is to appear overly optimistic or Pollyannish. We face so many challenges. There are so many crises in our lives and in the world around us. Expressing gratitude is often the last thing on our minds. We've heard often of the story of Jesus healing 10 men whose lives had been severely impacted by leprosy, a contagious disease that affects the skin, mucous membranes, and nerves. And in many cases, they also had disfigurement and deformities. And when Jesus meets these men, he instructs them to go and show themselves to the priest. And by faith they went on their way and were cleansed of their disease, but only one returned to Jesus to express gratitude for the healing that had occurred to him. The story says a lot about humanity. Only 10% of us give thanks to God for the blessings we receive from God's gracious hand. And even among that 10%, we only say thanks 10% of the time. We take for granted the blessings we have in our lives and all the blessings around us. We give scant attention, acknowledgement to the giver of all good gifts. Yes, we do have many challenges and upsetting events in our own lives, but I invite us to count our blessings instead of our crosses. Count our gains instead of our losses. Count our joys instead of our woes. Count our friends instead of our foes. Count our smiles instead of our tears. Count our courage instead of our fears. Count our full years instead of our lean. Count our kind deeds instead of our mean. Count our health instead of our wealth. Count on God instead of ourselves. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because he has given Jesus Christ his Son. And now let the weak say, I'm strong. Let the poor say, I'm rich, because of what the Lord has done. Give thanks. Give thanks.
You've been listening to Pastor Hopeton Scott of Bridgeport, and this has been Bread of Life, a program to encourage you from God's Word.